Oh, what happened there? Clicked on the wrong button. Anyway, guys, welcome. Hope everybody's well. Didn't realise that I was live. I thought that was still playing the intro. So, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm on a headpiece. The reason I'm on a headpiece is because I've got the fan blowing at full blast to try and keep the workshop cool. So, hopefully this is going to cut a lot of that noise out. Yeah, we've got the Cavell household. Libby is my niece. So, thanks for coming over, Libs. You should be doing your schoolwork. No, I'm joking. Watch Uncle Stephen. You'll learn more. So anyway, in the chat we have Jay Wooden things as Jay Wooden was first. Then my lovely wife Nikki, she's at work unfortunately, so she's not my airworm today. So you got me. Then we had Wayne the wood turner. Thank you very much for coming over, Wayne. Who else do we have then? We had Steve Ellis. Hi Steve, thanks for coming over. Midnight Joker Mike. Hi Mike. John. Hi John. Who else we got? Let's have a look. Tommy. Hi Tommy. How are you? Colin. Hi Colin. And then we got Libby came in. Andrew from is it Wyvie Woodshed. Hi Andrew. And then we have Debbie. Hi Debbie. Thanks all for coming over. Hope you're all well. And hope you can hear me okay. So, yeah, you're right. My vocabulary is not the best. So anyway, today, let's get on today's project before you start all picking on me as normal. So I want to do a little wooden lidded box or pot, whatever you want to call it. Hi, Mrs. T. How are you? I got your sticker this morning. Thank you very much. Mine should be on its way to you. I don't know if you've got it yet or not, but it should be on its way to you. So anyway, lidded box. I've got two different sizes that I want to play with. The first size we've got is around about 4 inches, and yes, before you all ask, that is a real inch, real 4 inches. And then the other one is around about 5 inches, but they're only about 2 inches thick. So what I'm planning to do is, as you can see, I've marked there and there. Not very well, you can't see this. So what I'm planning to do is use this part as my lid, and then obviously part it, and then just hollow out. I don't want it very deep. I've put a 63mm force and a bit in the back, all ready to hold into the chuck. So I think I'm going to go with a bigger one, to be honest, because that is going to be a bit more fiddly than what we really want for a live. So I think I'm going to go for this, but I don't know whether I'm going to colour it or not. I haven't thought that far. Colin, can I have it? Yeah, I remember you putting on Facebook, Colin, that's what you wanted to do. But you need to make them as well. It's not just us, guys. You need to make them as well. But if you message me, Colin, I will send you one. How's that? I can't be no fairer than that. Hi, Larry. Welcome. Thanks for coming over. Baz. Hi, Baz. Hope you're well. So yeah, this is a piece I believe, or I think it's either a piece of ash or a piece of olive wood. I don't know whether it's ash because there's quite a tight knit grain on this, and I think ash is a little bit looser than olive. I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure you guys will tell me whether that's right or wrong. But yeah, but I think we'll get it in. I'll get it rounded, and then we'll go from there and see how it goes. I did have a bit of a play yesterday, but it was just so hot. I didn't do much. It was just too hot in the workshop. Wait, and I take all you guys having exactly the same problem. So the weather's killing us. We're not used to it. That's the trouble. So it's good to see so many people in the chat. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming over. It's very much appreciated for you taking a bit of time out of your day to spend with me. So it's good. It's just a shame Nick's not here, really, but she will be here for Sunday. So hopefully things will be back to normal. So I'll move the camera over and then we'll start rounding this off. And we'll go from there. Hiya, Scott. How are you? Hope you're well. I see you doing your piece tonight. Looks really interesting. I look forward to seeing that, mate. So right, so let's move the cameras over and then we'll get started. Yeah, I know how you feel, Colin. Mine's the same. My workshop is, and trouble is, because I insulated it, it just holds the heat, and I've got a 18-inch fan blasting away, and it's still cooking in there. There's a little bit of a breeze blowing through, but not much. Right, so let's move this over and make a start. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean this off and round this up really, and then we'll clean the face to get it ready to part, and then we'll part it off. So if the noise gets too much through being through the smoke, then just shout, and I'll turn the mic off. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a little bit of a contour in the middle, just to give it a little bit of character, really, more than anything. So now what I want to do, now I've done that, I want to try and part this off around about here. I don't want it too thick. Actually, I better flatten the top off first before, so I know how much I've got left. Really, that would help, I suppose. Getting a little bit carried away. Oh, you, Mark? How you doing? How you? Nice to see you over. Another Steve. Oh, where's all these Steves coming? Must be the month of the Steves, I reckon. A bit of a hump in there. That's better. So what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to make that a little bit more interesting. I'm going to actually texture that a little tiny bit. So I'm going to sand that up first, and then we can get the texturing tool out. I'll put a bit of little texturing in the middle, because I'm not going to put a finial in enough because it's only big enough that you can grab onto it and just lift it off. So I'm not going to worry about a finger or anything like that. Sorry, I need to answer my phone. My daughter's ringing me. Hello? I'm on a live. What's the matter? What's the matter? No, not yet. No, I'm fine, thanks, babe. I don't want anything. No, I'm fine, thank you. Alright, alright, love you. Alright, bye. Oh, sorry about that. Definitely ash. Yeah, it's I've just ordered some wood and it came the other day and it's ash and olive, but it didn't actually have written on it what it was, so I wasn't 100% sure, Wayne. But thank you. So I'm just going to hello. Sander's a bit seized. So I'm just going to sand this back so that we can get a little bit of texturing and pattern in the top, just to make it a little bit more interesting, really. Don't know what's the matter with this. It's a bit stiff, love, a bit stiff. That's not working right. Let's try something different. So I'll get the orbital sander out and do it on that. Hopefully, you shouldn't hear too much of it because this mic should cancel it. Does the colour look alright on that picture, guys, or does that look really yellowy? Looks a bit yellowy on my monitor. Not a problem, Scott. Not a problem at all, mate. Right, so I'm going to just do a little bit of texturing on that. I'm just going to spin that around a little bit. And I want a little tiny bit just on the edge. And I'm going to use the Robert Sorsby small texturing tool. And I'm just going to go in slightly, just a little tiny bit, maybe from the middle out, sort of, what's that, that's around about maybe between the 1 and the 2 o'clock mark. So just to bring a line, only so that's about an inch off the edge. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to bring too much off. Don't start with the light pulls again, guys, please. And she's not here and you're still on at me. So that will do me. I don't want it too deep. I just want a real subtle finish on the top of it. And I'll put just a couple of lines just to finish it off. Just one on the inside and one on the outside, just to finish it off. So I'll move that back. So I've just put a little bit of texture on there just to finish that off. Just going to sand that back again just to clean it up. See what you've started now? So I'm happy with that, the way that is. Very happy. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to part that. Hi Doug, how are you? Thanks for popping over, sir. Don't, Nick, don't encourage them. They're bad enough on their own. They really are. So, pencil. What I'm going to do is part this off round about here. Then it should give me that much gap to sit inside it. So it should sit just that little bit inside, which will be pretty good. Actually, I'm going to do that a little bit thinner, I think. Give me a little bit more gap to fall in the hole, as they say. So we'll part this off. So what I try and create is I want to try and create a bit of a lip or a step in it. So it gives it something to sit flushing when I'm on the inside. So I'm going to do a couple of passes down. To give me a bit of a lip. like that, and then this one should be the cut and pass. Whoops. I want to sharpen this up. Let's sharpen up a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that off on the bandsaw chuck key. Just going to go finish off with the bandsaw. I'll be 2 seconds. Alright, there we go. So we now have two parts. It's easier just to cut it off on the bandsaw than it was to try and fanny around with that. So what's in the chat? What's going on in the chat? No doubt they're all bantering me. So what we got here? The light pulls. I think I'm going to just have to do one to keep her quiet. Mark's encouraging her by the looks of it. The sander is an orbital sander, just an air orbital sander. I've had this for many years. And when I started wood turning, I thought I'd use it for wood turning rather than using it for steel work, what I used to use it for. So yeah, it's only a cheap little orbital sander off of eBay. I think it was about 25 quid, not a lot, but great little tool. Texturing around the rim, yes, possibly. I might do a little bit on the side here, to be honest, just to give it in this little bit here, just to give it a little bit of, I don't know, definition or whatever you want to call it. So, hi Adrian, welcome in. Thanks for coming over. SK, have you ever had problems with circular objects being cut out on bandsaw? Can it be dangerous? We was talking about this the other night, funny enough, about cutting circle blanks out on bandsaw, and I used to do it, but I used to use 1/8 width blades, and it used to knock the set off the blade because obviously you're turning, especially on small pieces like this, you're turning constantly and you knock the set off your blade, so your blade doesn't last 5 minutes. But as Wayne, the wood turner, said, that if obviously you use a quarter blade, which is a lot smaller, then you shouldn't get a problem. But to be perfectly honest, I cut my blanks now on the chop saw. What I do is if I mark out with a compass where I want it, I do 45s and then do 22.5 degrees, and that gives me virtually the blank I want, excuse me, with a little bit of trimming on the lathe. So that's the way I do mine now. I find it a lot more effective, and it's a lot quicker than doing it on the bandsaw as well. So everybody has their own ways. Yeah, like Wayne said, do it without a jig. I did when I used to do mine, again with a compass and just go around it freehand, not use a jig, because I've seen people, but seem to be forcing the blade with a jig. So Nicky and Mark are just bantering. Oh right, I'm not sure then, Adrian. I'm not sure then. Sorry, I thought you meant. Right, so what I'll do now is we will. I'll clean this up with the sander. Not going to worry about. Well, I could put it on the lathe and turn it, but I'll do that on the sander most probably. So we'll hollow this out now to take this, and then I want to hollow that out, not fully, because I want to. Turn the back down to get the back flush, because it's not a true piece of wood. It's better. So what I'll do now is I will just put a hole in the middle big enough to grab in the chuck in the back, and then we can clean the back up before we get too involved in hollowing out. So I'm just going to clean this front up a little bit. Safety glasses on my head. So just mark this up to 27 degrees, or 27 mil, sorry. So I'm not going to take that right out, I'm just going to take it enough so I can get the jaws in it, really, so I can clean the back up. That's what it's for. Done it again. Not big enough. I need to learn to read a tape measure, Stephen. Hi Glenn, how are you? I didn't mention the word yet. You're in early. So I'm just going to sand that, finish that bottom off. What's noisy? Me? Am I noisy? Oh, I see. I see. Yes, no, I don't find that dangerous. I don't know if anybody else does. As long as you're not forcing the machine, I'm sure it's fine. Actually, change that, Stephen. It's a bit soft, that is, boy. So just going to finish this bottom off so we ain't got to worry about it no more. Question is, do we put a little bit of texture on the bottom to match the top? Or do we leave it natural? Hi Rich, how are you? Whoops. Ice hockey. There's always one in there, always one. Whoops. So, do you think we should put a bit of texture in the bottom there, or should we leave it plain? What do you reckon, guys? Or if it's going to leave it plain, I'll just sand and seal it and finish it off. So what do you think? Texture. I think everybody wants texture. So we just getting a mess here. So just a little bit of texture in the bottom then. Again, I'm going to use the miniature Robert Salisbury tool, and I'm just going to go. Actually, I might do it in the middle there. No, in there, I reckon. No, in there. Just do a thin bead in there, and then we'll bead at either side of it. I might do a little bit in the middle as well. I might get adventurous and just put a little bit in the middle as well. What do you reckon? So we want about 500 RPM. So we're looking at around number 2.5. Ooh, let's turn that one up a bit. Might have pushed a bit too hard with that one. Just drop us on the bottom. So what I'll do again, I'll just sand it off. was a bit harsh in the bottom there, but in the middle, but that'll be alright. Like I say, it's a good job as the bottom, really, isn't it? So I'll get this sanded and sealed, and then actually I suppose I really ought to finish the whole thing before I sand and seal it. So we'll sand the outside quickly. Just put my extraction on. What's noisy, Wayne? Me or the... Hi, wouldn't be nice. We don't know your name, sir, or miss, whoever you are. My wife has done a list of all the people who come in, so we know their names, but we haven't got your name on there. So if you could tell us your name, that would be really grateful. I thought it was Hugh. I thought it was you. I'll write it on my list so I remember. Thank you. So just the last grit, going to go to, and then we'll be ready to sand and seal it. Hi Nick, how are you? Thanks for coming over, mate. Wayne, the question is to you. What's very noisy? Is it this, the noise of that? Can you hear the noise for all of everything that's going on? Is the mic turned up too high? Can you let me know, please? If the mic is too loud, then I'll turn it down a little bit. So I'm now going to sand and seal that. If I can find the sand and sealer. If I can get the can open, that is. Do 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 do. So give this a nice coat of sand and sealer. Seal all the goodness in. Steve, everyone looks at the bottom. Yeah, that's about right. That's it, Wayne, you're making me feel really well now. It doesn't look that bad, to be honest, now that's been sanded up and soaking the sand and sealer up well. So just give that a couple of minutes to dry, and then we'll just give it a quick buff over. So, bye Mrs. T. Videos of my next project. Yeah, look forward to seeing that. I managed to get the piece from last Sunday. I managed to get the final coats of lacquer on it yesterday, so I just need to knock it back now, and then hopefully, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. Hopefully that'll be okay. So once I give it a bit of a knock back and a bit of a polish, it should be finished, ready to go. All right, so just going to give this a bit of a denib. I haven't done the mortise in there very deep at all. I'm hoping that's going to be strong enough to hold it in while we turn it out. Because I don't really, I might have to do that a little bit deeper, I think. But we'll see. It's about 5mm. It should be hopefully deep enough. So I'm not going to put any colouring in the bottom of that one. I will colour the top. I think embellish and wax on the top, but not the bottom. I don't really. Does it look shiny? Oh yeah, the bowl. Sorry, yeah, I'm with you. So hi Ian, how are you? Thanks for coming over, sir. So we've got a little bit of texture in the bottom there. We'll now turn that and hollow it out. Hopefully I've done the mortise deep enough to hold. So like I said, I didn't do the mortise very deep. I've only done it maybe about 5mm. So I'm hoping it's deep enough to hold it. It's got a little bit of a wobble to it. I think it's going to have to go. It's worse there. Yeah, I might have to go trim it off on the front. Oh, the noise of the sander. Okay. Well, hopefully when I do it again, I'll mute it. So I'm now going to hollow this out a bit in the middle, and then we can get our lid to fit. And then we can finish off hollowing it out. So before I get too carried away, I will measure this. So that's around about 112 millimeters. So that's a stepping of 7. So I mark 10, and then that'll give us a starting point. Another mil and a bit, a couple of mil maybe. Obviously we want a fairly tight lid, but we don't want it that tight it breaks when it comes off. Because like I said before, the lid's not very, as you can see, the lid's not very thick. So slow and steady, I think. Just a little bit more. I'd rather take my time getting this right than Oh, it's close. It's very close. Not a lot now. That wood is very hard and soft, hard and soft. There's quite hard bits in it, and then there's quite soft bits in it, which is right, just a little tiny nick. No pun intended. Hopefully, this be the one. Oh, oh, nearly. Not quite. It's the slightest little tiny cut. This will be too loose now, I guarantee it. You're lucky if I've took a 1/4 mil off of that, and you watch, this will be too loose now. Yep, told you. Damn. I think I could live with that though. It's not perfect, but fiddlesticks. Just make sure I don't actually go in any further than what that is once I'm cleaning it out. So I'm not going to go in too deep. Reason being it's not very thick anyway. Like I said, it was only about 50 mil thick in the first place. So I'm just going to take some light past, and I think I'm going to scope it out in the bottom, so the bottom's sort of curved in the bottom of it. It's very soft in the middle there. Just check the depth. I don't want to join the funnel club on live TV, do I? Yeah, that's what I was taught at college, Larry, to mark your chuck. So I should have known better, really. Right, I can go a little bit deeper. Not much deeper, but a little bit. Sounds very thin in the middle there. So let's just double check. So we are now at 20 millimeters. So I've got a 5 mil in, so that leaves about 3 mil between the bottom of the mortise and the what do you call it? The bottom of the bowl. So I'm just going to clean out these sides with a carbide and square this off just a little tiny bit. So I think that will do. Just this wood is very soft. You get one bit what's got terrible tear out like that, and another bit that's absolutely perfect over here. So yeah, it's not very encouraging, as I say. See if I can get a blade in there and just sort of clean up a little bit. just clean out a little bit. Feels a bit better. Yeah, that's got it. It's perfect. So I'm just going to sand that up. Hello, Dr. Bob. How are you? Thanks for coming over. Nice to see you. Yeah, I should have done that, Nick. I should have sanded it. I ain't going to take, to be honest, I'm not going to actually sand that's good finish on it. So I'm not really going to sand that at all. So hopefully we should be okay. Hopefully this is working a bit better now. So I'm just going to sand this gently up to 240, and then I will sand and seal it, and then just gently put a bit of Yorkshire grit on it, just to finish it off. Like I say, I'm not going to actually sand the lip for the where the lid's going to fit into it, because it's really nice. It's a real nice finish. So I'm quite happy with that, the way that is. Obviously I want to get into these tight corners, if I can get in there. So that's 120, 240. So it's not a very big pot, more of a trinket pot than anything. But like I say, these blanks came Monday, sorry. And I really didn't know what to do, the little ones, and I thought, yeah, perfect little trinket pots. And it's been a while since I made a lidded pot, as you can tell. So I thought I'd give it a bash. So just blow all the dust out of that. So we'll give it a bit of sand and sealer. Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not going to sand the actual lid in there, Wayne, and I'm not going to sand around here, because it's quite a nice tight finish, or a nice finish. But what I want to do, I want to get the middle finished, and then I can clip it together, and obviously push it up and get it flush. So that's my plan. Do you reckon I can make up the gap with sand and sealer if I put enough coats on? It's not that bad. It's less than a half a mil. It's not a huge, great big loose gap, but it's not what it should have been. It should have been a nice tight fit. I knew as soon as I took that last pass off, it was going to be loose. So never mind. You learn. You don't know unless you learn, or try, should I say? And that's what it's all about, is learning. So I think I'll finish that off. I'll let that dry a little bit, and I'll just finish it off with a little piece or a little bit of wax, just to give it a little bit of protection inside. Let's have a good chat. Thanks, Damo. Thanks for the confidence here, mate. Yeah, it might do. It might do, Steve. It might just tighten up a little tiny bit. I'll put some gaffer tape around it. That'll be all right. No, it's not major. I've seen worse, let's put it that way. Right, just buff this off, or denid this. So just get a little bit of wax. I'm just going to put a bit of wax 22 on this. Yeah, it's all melting. It's that hot in here. I mean, that's going to take a lot to soak in today. How warm it is in here. So that's the inside done. Looks quite nice actually. It's got a nice pattern in there. So obviously that goes on like that to match. Whoops, to match that grain. So we'll get a bit of tissue. Hi David, how are you? Thanks for coming over. Not enough. It's quite loose. So I just want to finish this front edge off now. I'm going to sand and seal it, and then we'll put a little bit of embellishing wax in there. Yeah, I don't know how dry they are, Adrian. I don't know whether they're kiln dried or what. But obviously if they're not kiln dried, then they will move a little bit like you say. Tissue paper's falling apart. Should have used a brush really. Afternoon, Rubber Woods. Steve, another Steve in the chat. Oh, what's going on there? You could always lay some base around the lid and say how. Yeah, could do. Put a little bit of put an elastic band around it, sink. So the question is, what colour embellishing wax do we use? Do we use a subtle colour or do we use a vibrant colour? Suggestions, guys? Yeah, still dodging the duties, for sure. She's not here, she's at work, mate, so I'll get a free reign. Maybe a bronze or a blue? What people think? Dark. So the darkest I have is black. Then we go to purple. Then we go to blue. Then we go to yellow. No, bronze. Then yellow. Then obviously um, silver. Then white. Deep red. I don't know if I got a deep red. I haven't got a deep red. Embellish and wax. So someone's saying dark. Someone's saying subtle. Someone's saying deep red. I like vibrant. So what do you call vibrant? Yellow, gold. Should we go for electric blue? Colin wants bronze. So in the comments, blue or bronze, please. And we will go for the one that comes up the most. Get a pair of gloves so I don't get it all over my hands. I reckon Adrian wants purple. Everybody's saying blue. Blue, blue, blue. Adrian's still saying purple. Adrian, looks like you're outvoted, mate. Sorry. Looks like we're going for electric blue. Sorry. Blue it is. Sorry. No, Nick, I'm not burning it. I'm not burning it for sure. No way. I'm still recovering from the last time I burnt something. Had flashback for days. You lot are just pyros. You should all just see me burn my workshop down. That's all it is. So, no, not burn this one. I will do another burn piece though, because I really did enjoy it. It came out really nice, especially where. Oh, thank you, Ian. Thanks for coming over here. I didn't realise you was in the chat, mate. Welcome over. Yeah, I will do another burn piece. The reason being is I really enjoyed. Where is it? It's a bit dusty. When we did this piece, and I burnt all around the edge here. Let me clean all the dust off of it. Look. The grain just opened up, and when you clean it all out, it got a nice deep grain which holds the colour really nice. And I was really impressed how that turned out, because like I said, I never scorched before. and it came out really, really well. So I will do another scorch piece, but just not just yet. See you later, Adrian. Thanks for coming over, bud. Nice to see you. Hopefully see you Sunday if you're not busy. So I'm just going to polish this off. I've done the whole lid in the blue, so there's going to be a little bit in the grain as well. So it should just give it that little bit of blue hinty on the grain. And I may do the outside of the actual rest of the pot with it, if it looks nice. I'm just going to buff this off. Get my tissue out of the grain. I need to find a decent tissue. The tissue I've been using is the 2-ply is worse than the 3-ply, and the 3-ply ain't much better than the 2-ply. So just keeps grabbing in everything, as you can see. But that'll be okay. So what do you reckon? Looks good, doesn't it? I like that. I do like that pattern on there. So take that off there. So I just need to finish the back of this now, and I think I'll do that with the sander after the live, and then I'll stick some stills up of it because that's going to take a little bit to do. It's going to take a little while to do, so I will do that after the live and then just stick some images up. But I really like that. That's nice. I like that. So let's get this out of the chuck. Take my gloves off before I get blue all over it. Smooth the camera. So there we go. Nice little bit of texture in there. Like I say, lid's a little bit loose, but it's my own fault. I should have really not been over adventurous with the tool. A little bit of texture in the bottom. You can't really see that really because these blooming lights are so bright. A little bit of texture in the back. So okay, see you, Hugh. Thanks for popping over. Nice to see you. So yeah, nice little pot inside. It's round about, let's see how deep it is, shall we? So the deepest part is around about 15 millimeters deep. So we know it's not huge deep, but ideal for a little trinket pot. And I suppose if I wanted to, I could put this on the lathe and hollow this out, and then make it a little bit, so it gives you a little bit more room. So no, I like it. It's nice. It's just a nice little box, or a nice little trinket box, just showing about the lid. But I will have a go at another one. I will crack it. I will crack it. I've tried the blue towel. You're on about something like this, I take it, Larry? I found this being really coarse. It scratches. And I've had issues with it scratching pieces. So, hi JP, how are you? Yeah, I found that scratches. So what I'm using at the moment is this stuff from, I think it's from the range, and this is 3-ply. I wanted to try some 3-ply. It's better than the 2-ply. The 2-ply stuff I was getting was really soft and flimsy, but it's still, when it catches a little bit of like on your in texture, and it just seems to tear really easy for some reason. But Ian, I wasn't going to put a finial on it. The reason being is because it's big enough to get your hand and lift the lid off. And it's not, to be honest, not really deep enough. Number one, the lids doesn't fit well enough, should I say. But I don't know. I suppose it could have a little finial on it. I'm not, to be honest, I'm not a great lover of finials on pieces. They do look really nice, don't get me wrong. But I just think some of them, people go a little bit OTT and make them a bit too fancy. But but it's down to everybody's own preference. And thanks, JP. Thank you very much, JP. More than that, that's very appreciated. Yeah, so I will not be putting a finial on this. Like I said, it doesn't really need it because of obviously it's only 100. Well, I think it ended up about 140 mil across, didn't it? Something like that. So it's not a huge 125 mil across. So it's not a huge piece. So no, I won't be putting a finial on this, but I have seen pieces, and don't get me wrong, yes, they do look very nice, but I'm not a great lover. Like to be honest, I've never ever tried to turn one, so I may change my mind if I had to go into making one, but on this occasion, no. Uh, yes, I have some safety cloths, David, here, which I should try really. I just, yeah, I should try them really because they're not expensive, so it would be. Can they be washed out, or do you have to throw them away when you finish with them? That's the question. I did think about trying some microfiber cloths, but I don't know how well they'll hold up to some of the chemicals that we use. I have a bag of white cotton rags, yeah, so similar to the microfiber, isn't it? So anyway, nice little project for today. Something simple. I know it's not a light pull, but it's just something a little bit different, other than a bowl that everybody seems to all keep turning. Yeah, that's what it is, Steve. They look a bit like a light pull. That's why I don't want to do one. So, so anyway, guys, thank you so much to everybody who came over today. Um, Sorry if the chat's been a little bit boring because obviously you didn't have my airworm to help me along the way, and obviously she brings the entertainment to the chat, and I really think that's why you all come over, really, for her, not me. So, but so David's saying you throw the cloths away, or he throws them away. I use them, Steve. Not had any problems with them. Just chuck them in the wash. Are we talking about the microfiber cloths, Colin? Oh, now the wife pops back in. Look, just to give me a bit of a wind up. Now she's all right. She's a gem. I'd be lost without her. Yeah, that is the trouble, Debbie. If they get caught, mind you, you shouldn't be holding on to them that tight, really, to cause an issue if they get caught. But we will see. I'll find something that's right in the end. So yes, Colin is on about the microfiber. So anyway, guys, if that's it, we've hit the what we are. We're at about hour and a half. We'll call that it, I think. Yeah, we'll call it, I think. Just reading the chat, sorry. Yeah, I did think about doing that, Steve from Rubber Dub Woods. I did think about doing that with the burnish and wax, having a rag with the burnish and wax on it, because that dries out really quick. And it's like tea cut. The more liquidy you can keep it, the better polish you get on it. So that I was thinking about with that. Yeah, I know, David, I know you're talking about the chestnut cloths. I've got some up in my shelf that I should try, really. But it's just I never remember. I always forget, unfortunately. So anyway, guys, as long as everybody's good, then we'll call it quits. So just a quick note. There's the little project for today. Just a little tiny box. Other than the lid being a little bit loose, we'll yeah. Other than the lid being loose, it's okay. Just finish that off. I'll finish that off after the live. Blooming lights. And then I'll get some pictures up on social media just to show the finished piece. So thank you so much to everybody who came over. It's been great. Sorry about I haven't been interacting with the chat too much. And my lovely wife will be here on Sunday to entertain you all, as she always does. And I'm trying to get her to be on camera, but it's a no-go at the moment. But we'll see what happens in the near future. So if you keep the rads, can they catch fire? I don't know. Well, cellulose sand and sealer should evaporate enough not to cause an issue, and it's no different than them sitting in a bin over in the corner, really, on a tissue, is it? So I wouldn't imagine you'd be okay. So anyway, guys, if I don't see you or speak to you before, I will be here at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Tonight we have Scott, the blue light turner, on at, I believe, 8:30. But before that will be Rich Beard 16. He has got his invade, and I believe it's with Carl Jacobson. Yes, it's with Carl Jacobson. So then tomorrow, live dinner time, I believe it's Wayne the Woodturner, and then Stace makes at, I don't know if it's 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, but we've got Stace on tomorrow night. And then Saturday, I believe Ed Oliver's on. I have a premiere at 7 o'clock. No, 7:30, sorry, on Saturday. I did a piece for my 2-year channel. The channel's been live now for 2 years, so I did a piece for the 2 years. It's only a blue bowl, but it's just a bit of a piece just to see how far I'd come in the 2 years, really, more than anything. JP live at 6 o'clock, I believe. JP Woodworks, go over and check JP out. Everybody knows JP, so he don't need any introduction, does he, really? And then Nick's on at 8 o'clock, I believe, on Saturday night. And then again, I'm on Sunday, 1 o'clock. And then Nick Farini, no, sorry, Stuart Farini. I don't know if he's doing a live this weekend at 5 o'clock. If so, go and check him out. He's the colour master, really educational guy with colouring. And then we have the Fishers on. I don't know if Chris is doing a live this week or not, but normally the Fishers on at 7:30, or the Blind Woodturner, should we say? And then International Popcast at 9:30, and then we start all over again beginning of the week. So anyway, guys, if anybody needs to know when anybody's on, I'm sure one of the makers who are doing it can let you know if you just ask. So other than that, I'll have a great day. Enjoy the sun, because it's hot, really hot. Have a great day. Speak to you soon, and see you later. Bye. Thanks for coming over. Bye.
That's all, folks.